whatever the Java program you have been learned from core, up to now, you are running that program under one server environment. We call it as a servlet program, or you can say server program. Program will have one filter. The servlet program will have one filter. First filter is executed, then the control will come to servlet. This servlet program will have one listener in the background. One listener will be there. You can say listener program. So one listener for it. Background, one listener will be there. One listener program. The questions will come on these three only. Servlet, filter, listener. That's all. Servlet only, more components will be there. Request dispatcher, DAO, bean, attribute, request type, like this. More questions will be on servlet. JSP, that only concept. So here comes your JSP program. JSP stands for Java Server Page, which is one response. This is acting as one response. This response is coming from servlet only and going out as a response. So the final component which can be added to your servlet program is JSP. Filter is not mandatory. For security reasons, you have to bring filter. Listener is not mandatory. For security reasons, you have to bring listener. So filters and listeners are used by Spring Security and web services securities, that people will have security modules. So they'll speak about securities. Part of securities, they'll speak about gateways, permission gateways. In the process of constructing permission gateways, then they will ask, do you know filter? Do you know how to maintain? That's the concept. So finally, you are a servlet programmer. Through servlet program, I want to give a response. That only JSP. The last part which is added to your servlet program. The last part which are adding to your servlet program is JSP. Now write as adding JSP programming Java server page, and which is response from web application. Simply you can say servlet program. Second point is JSP is tag-based programming language. Tag-based programming language. .JSP as an extension. Up to now the files are .java. Now the file is .JSP. Or JSP programs are combination of both. JSP programs are combination of both HTML code and Java code. That is a major advantage. You can write both codes in a single file. Right. Tag-based programming languages are very easy. The best example, HTML. Yes or no? Na? HTML, you will not write anything. Already tags will be there. You never use your uh, what is that? Any imagination also you never use. Whenever you want, one tag will be there. You will add the tag. Style, color, font, like this. All tags only. So tag-based components means already somebody will write it. You will use it. Somebody will give a tags to you. So they create some tags and to give to you. We are going to use that tag. That only HTML batch. HTML trainer will show all tags and give it. Sometimes core Java students will get bored in HTML because nothing will be there. Sir, all tags only. No, sir, easy, they feel it. Either kept a message. So now, how many tags are there, sir? The list. JSP provides the following tags to write Java code. Part of JSP programs. 3 types of tags: scripting tags, directive tags, action tags. Under scripting tags, 3 will be there. Under directive tags, 3 will be there. Under action tags, important 6 will be there. I had these 3 types. What are they now? Scripting tags, directive tags, and action tags. I'll show all by writing a program. Means syntaxes. Target. Knowing this tags is nothing but a JSP. Like HTML, huge tags will not be there. Only 3 types will be there here. Okay, right. Now scripting tags will support to write Java code. Make a statement. Scripting tags are used to write Java code, part of JSP programs. Scripting tags are categorized into 3 types: scriptlet, expression, and declarative. Scripting tags are used to write Java code, part of JSP programs. This is scriptlet. Scriptlet tag is used to write normal Java code or normal servlet code in JSP programs. Scriptlet means this one only, percentile, close percentile. Here you write Java code. This tag is scriptlet. Expression. Variable. Assigning means giving some value to variable or used to display the data to the web browser. If you want to display something directly to the web browser, you can use expression tag. Syntax is percentile equal to. Percentile equal to. Declarative tag. Exclamatory mark. Percentile and this one. not. You can write variables and methods. If you want to declare any variable, if you want to declare any method in JSP program, we write in declarative tag, scriptlet, expression, and declarative. 3 tags. After percentile, no symbol is there, that is scriptlet. After percentile, equal to is there expression. After percentile here, not symbol or exclamatory mark. You can call it as declarative tag. Very easy to remember also. Directive tags. This also small notes. Small notes will be there. Nothing will be there. One line, one line. Tags, no. Three types of tags. Directive. Specify the directions in translation process. In life cycle, we show translation. Page. Page directive tag specifies the translator to add the related attribute to current JSP page. Adding something is known as page. While translation is going on, if you want to add some component to existing JSP, we use page tag. The syntax is percentile at the rate of page attribute equal to some value. Like your servlet importing something like this, some 13 attributes will be there. The list I given. In the place of attribute, you can use import, content type, extends, info, buffer like this. Language is EL ignored. So the attributes. Include, request dispatcher include. The same way, here also include is there. Include directive tag specifies the file to be included to current JSP page. Include, the file name should be given. It is included. LIB. This will be used in the last. Tag LIB. Tag LIB directive tag specifies to add specified URL to current JSP page, and which is part of EL and JSTL. Right. One program, clarity will come. This is notes purpose for reading. Just I given a time to read it, because from tomorrow onwards, I will not give a time, because length will come. You cannot write it. Only tag names you will write it. Remaining notes I will be uploading. Up to now, I waited for JSP application I am taking. I'll take 3 files here. See there once. Now, I'll draw one layout. It will be easy only. JSP, one advantage will be there. Everything is auto-generated. Everything is auto-generated in JSP. Like your HTML. HTML tags, no, everything will come. For everything, one tag will be there, the tags will come. Everything is auto-generated there also. Tag based, no, everything is auto-generated will be there. When deployed, rule is rule. JSP, of course, using JSP, some applications available few years back, not now, that is true, I'll say, when the MVC discussion is going on. As if like web application, sir, rule is rule. Servlet context. Servlet context will not leave you. Servlet context. This is one servlet context object. This is the first object anyway. Now control will go to web.xml here also. Web.xml. Through web.xml, you'll get one input.html here. Input.html. In this input.html, I'll go with value. Enter some value. I'll take it. Value. I'm going to read one value. The parameter name is V. I will give it value V. Here we have to find factorial of this given value. Small program only. I'm not connecting database. I'm not using anything. Small JSP program I'm showing. How to write one small JSP program. I am entering 4 here. You know factorial of 4 already. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. You know. Here daily action is equal to some URL pattern daily. Based on that URL pattern, one servlet program will be there daily, that practice only. But today, HTML form should submit the data to one JSP program today. JSP program, you are not running on URL pattern. JSP program, we are running with the name directly. So here, calculate dot JSP, directly JSP name. Here I given the name first only, no calculate. This input.html is providing the data to calculated.jsp. It is providing. Now, internally what happened is this calculated.jsp will be loaded. Like your servlet program, it will be loaded. You know already, when the servlet program loaded, servlet config will come. Here also, don't say JSP config. It is a servlet config only. What will come now? Servlet config only will come. Because JSP will be under the control of servlet. Who don't know servlet? You don't know JSP. Who is a servlet programmer? He is a JSP programmer. He will ask more questions on servlet. He'll ask 1 or 2 questions on JSP. Because if you are a servlet programmer, you are a JSP programmer. Because every component will be here. So imagine it like this too. Now this is JSP program. This is one JSP program. This is one JSP program. For JSP program also, one object will come. One object will come. In the servlet programming for you, init method, service method, destroy, here also will be there. But you never write them. You must not write that names. It only will auto construct it. We never write any names here. But here also objects are created. Here also objects are created. Here, not a servlet request. It is always HTTP servlet request. It is HTTP servlet request. 0x4. HTTP servlet response. HTTP servlet response. It also servlet response will come. The meaning. This is 0x5 like this. Print writer. Do you remember print writer? Right. Here, not print writer. It is JSP writer. Name changes. What is the name of it now? JSP writer. We are imagining one object, that is JSP writer connected here. Zero x6. As if like servlet, we are imagining, sir, config object is there. request object is there, response object is there. Here JSP writer is there. But one point you have to remember here, JSP will give some implicit names for each object. One name will be given by the JSP. Generally in the servlet programming, for servlet request, I took a name REQ. Yes or no? Na? Always I am writing REQ. You can change the name. That is user defined variable. For understanding purpose, always I took REQ, RES. You can change the names. But here, it only will give the names to you. Name of servlet context is application. What is the name of this now? Application. Implicit name of servlet context is application. Daily I only given one name, SCF or SCT, one name given always. Here it says don't use your user defined name. I only will give a name known as application. It says that I only will give a name to the config known as config. Name of that object is what now? Config. So HTTP servlet request name is request. HTTP servlet response is response. I only will give the names. And the JSP writer name is out. So what are the implicit names? They'll ask in the interview. Servlet context, implicit name is what now? Application. Servlet config, implicit name is what now? Config. HTTP servlet request, implicit name is what now? Request. HTTP servlet response, implicit name is what now? Response. JSP writer, implicit name is what now? Out. So they are all implicit names. Suppose if any servlet created, because session track is available now for you, right? Suppose, of course, here session track not there. I'll draw in the last for you. Up to now, these are the implicit names. Sir, from here, control will come here. Whatever the data you submitted, the data will be available in the request object. Available in the request object. V is equal to some 4. They are available in the form of double quotes because string data submission. Now you have to collect the data here. You have to collect it. We have to collect it and do some operations. So can I write the program there? Right. See there. I am writing. Same. As if like servlet programming. Stop your Tomcat. Of course, I given a jar file and var file, but don't use that now only. In the last use it. For coding, always use Eclipse only. Okay, right. Stop the Tomcat server. Stop the Tomcat server. Open the Eclipse. Now, click on File, New, Dynamic Web Project only here. Same, that only, Dynamic Web Project. JSP, Application 1 I am taking. Click on Finish. Sir, add the jar file. What jar file means? Servlet jar only. Because JSP also under the servlet only. Build path, configure build path, libraries, add external jar, servlet API, open, apply and close. Sir, where I should create that? Input.html. Input.html, daily are creating in the web app. Same. Right click on web app, new and HTML. Here, input.html. Input.html. Form tag. Form tag. Action is equal to calculate dot JSP. Method is equal to post. Enter the value. Enter the value. Input type is equal to text. Name is equal to V and BR. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to calculate some factorial. Calculate some factorial. So this is your input.html here. Click on this factorial. Whenever you click on this factorial, control will go to JSP. Sir, where to create JSP? JSP is not a Java file. Remember the point. It is .JSP. .java means under Java resources. So JSP file must not be under Java resources. JSP is an response like HTML. Where the HTML file created, there only JSP file created. HTML file you created in the web app, no? There only you should create. Right click on web app. New. Can you see your JSP file here? So click on JSP. Here calculate dot JSP. Under web app, calculate dot JSP. Click on finish. See the structure. Sir, it is like HTML file only, no, sir. HTML. It is HTML. Here head tag, body tag means what? Whatever you learned in the HTML, you write here. That is the flexibility. Now you had your UI technology knowledge now with you. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, React, whatever you know, you can put it. Headache for you, not there. In that, I must write Java code. Whenever you want to write, now it is a total UI only this one. Inside that UI, I must write Java code. Whenever you want to write Java code, then your JSP tags will help you. See there, at the rate of page, language is equal to Java. In your servlet programming, daily I'll write set content type. Yes or no? Daily I'm writing that only. Content type is text or HTML, that only. Page encoding, because it is dealing with web browser, no? Auto-generated page encoding will come. So this is your at the rate of a page. At the rate of a page will say what you are going to add for your program. That's the point. Now inside this, I want to take one method to calculate that factorial. I want to write one method. Whenever you want to write one method to calculate factorial, we had declarative tag available or not now? What is declarative tag now? Sir, percentile and this symbol. So look here. Where I should write means write in the body part. Can you see the body part? Inside this, you write it. Percentile question mark. This is one tag. Inside the body, you are writing the tag. Because of this reason, learn HTML means for this only. Because Java developer minimum he should know. Not minimum, maximum he should know. You must be strong in JavaScript. If you come to JavaScript, automatically you must know HTML, CSS. Even I also know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, React. Default Java developer should know. Understood this point now, right? By default, they should know. If you have a time, of course, we people learned, means for programming, we learned it. You people in the market, no, they are giving latest Angulars, you must learn it. And you must practice also. Because it will give a more advantage to you. See there, inside the UI technology page, our Java code is coming. So inside this now, I am writing one method. Int is the return type and factorial is the method name, taking the parameter n. open flower bracket, closed. This is one method. I'll take one variable. Int fact is the variable. So inside the declarative tag, I can declare variable, I can declare method. Inside this, I'll write fact is equal to 0. 0 na 1 na 1. This fact, just I am giving a demo for you. Part of your declarative tag, you can take variables and methods. That's a demo. I am writing one for loop here. I am writing one for loop here. Sir, int I is equal to n, I greater than or equal to 1, I 1, I minus minus. Here fact is equal to fact into I. Now, after this for loop, return, return fact. This is a program. All have understood this method now. First, see there. N is equal to 4. Normal only. I is equal to 4. 4 greater than or equal to 1. True. Now 4 into 1. This is 1 into 4. I minus minus 3. I minus minus 2. I minus minus 1. Finally, we are writing variable and method inside one body tag of your HTML directly. Now, sir, here our value 4 is available in the request, no sir? Access. Whenever you want to access from request, you must write normal Java code, normal servlet code you must write. For this, you must use what tag now? Scriptlet tag you must use. How to write scriptlet tag now here, sir? Come out of this tag now. You write a scriptlet tag. This is scriptlet tag. In this scriptlet tag now, sir, int n is equal to the value available in the request or not now. What kind of value there? It is available in the form of a string now. You write integer dot scriptlet. 2 times came. 1 minute. I must write inside. No, right. Int n is equal to integer dot parse int inside this request dot. Can you see? Request is an implicit name. So JSP only will give the names to us. Get parameter of v. All of you understood this line now? Yes or no? Na? So there is one implicit name known as request. From that request, I am using get parameter like servlet. I am getting the value onto n now. Now, here, int result is equal to factorial of n. I am calling this method. This method I am calling. I am passing parameter. Don't call with any object name here, not needed. So just to call it as factorial of n. Here result will come. Once the result comes here now, you have to display with the JSP writer now. Right. Whenever you want to display JSP writer, out dot print ln. You can write factorial equal to res and br. After this factorial came here, again you should include this page here. Again you should include this page. What is the page now? Input.html. Whenever you want to include it, you had a method now here. Can you see? You had include or not now? Include. You can include it at the rate of, you can do it. So here, percentile at the rate of include is equal to, include file is equal to input dot html. we are including the file. Here, no need write request dispatcher RD is equal to RE, not needed. Because it only will auto include your file. This is your program. Of course, I'm not writing any HTML. If you want, you can write HTML because body tag is there now already. Easily. So, because some people ask me, sir, output response color not coming. Now it will come. Whatever you want, the table tags or whatever you want, you can put there. Now, this is the program. Let me run this. Whenever you want to run it, start the program with web.xml here. Web.xml. Same location, web.xml. Under WebINF, right click, new, other, XML, web.xml. Click on finish. Web app. Welcome. File list. Welcome file. Input.html. Input.html. See there, run it. Right. Same running. Right click, run as, run on server, click on finish. Take some value. Answer is coming or not now? You can take any one value. Answer will be changing now. So anyway, the program is without a servlet program. One JSP program is taking the request and giving the response. Right. Now look here. Sir, I am entering 4.5. I entered. 4.5 means exception. Yes or no? Na? Internally integer dot parse int of request dot get parameter of v. V is 4.5. 4.5 double quotes are removed. 4.5 is given to parse int. Parse int method will take that 4.5 and convert it. Exception will come. Number format exception will come. Number format exception will come here. Can you see number format exception? Sir, I must handle it. I must handle it. So how to handle it means we show the exception handling with JSP. The reason in servlet I not shown because servlet exception also will come to JSP only. Servlet exception also will come for JSP only. We show the JSP and we link the servlet. With the technique we do. Now in the JSP, what you have to do now? See there. In JSP, sir, here I entered 4.5. I entered. .5 I entered. So here 4.5 will come. Double quotes. 4.5 will come. This 4.5 will be taken. Trying to take on to n value. Here exception raises. In JSP, when the exception raises, you have to send a control to one separate page. You have to send a control to one separate page. That only error.jsp. You have to send it. Separate page you have to send it. How to send it means see there. In your notes now, directive tags, page. Can you see is error page and error page? Now, in my program, in calculate.jsp, here I am writing error page is equal to error error.jsp. I will say, sir, what is the meaning of that? When the exception raised in this program, control will go to error.jsp. That's the meaning actually. When the exception raised here, diagram. When exception raised here, here I written error page is equal to error.jsp. I written. Whenever I written error.jsp, control will come here. This control will come here. This one, JSP program, nothing but error.jsp. The program name is error.jsp. It will come. From here, the control will come here. When the control is coming here now, here also at the rate of page tag will be there. In that at the rate of page tag, you must write is error page equal to true, you must write. Here you must add it as is error page is equal to true, you must write. Means when the control comes here, it says that yes, I am the error page. It says, see there I am writing once. So now I am adding one error page. Right click on web app, new JSP, error.jsp, error.jsp here. Here I am writing is error page is equal to true, you must write. Whenever I write is error page is equal to true, if I write it, internally one object will come. Internally one object will come. Do you remember core Java? Exception handling chapter? Right. Java.lang.throwable. That throwable object will come here. Automatically, the throwable object will come here. Some 0x78 roughly. Implicit name is exception. What is the implicit name now? Exception. So is error page will create one object here. This object is created where exception details are available. Exception details. Where exception details are available. It's a concept. Now here, this exception, here also config will come, request will come, response will come, out will come, all will come. JSP writer. We are going to display this exception as in response. See that like this. Here, I am writing one script related tag I am writing and putting one out. Out dot println and saying that enter only integer values. Enter only integer values. I am writing one expression tag I am writing. Expression tag I am writing. Expression is exception I am writing. Just now I given a notes to you here. Expression tag used to display the data to the browser. Whenever I display exception, inside the exception, that exception details are there, it will be displayed. for showing that exception is working. After that, BR. Then here, percentile at the rate of include file is equal to control will go to input dot HTML. Again, that input dot HTML must be added. The concept. Added. Now let me run it. When the exception comes, control is coming to error.jsp or not, we are going to cross check. So what I written here now, sir, in this diagram, here, error page, error.jsp is error page true. Automatically one exception object created. In this exception object, some details are available. Implicit name is exception. Whether it is working or not, we are going to cross check. Right click, run as, run on server. .5. Enter only integer values. Java.lang.number info means what? The exception is working. That's the information to you. The exception is working. So all of you understood that statement, right? If I enter normally, the answer will come. If I entered something, exception will come. So exception page is working. So here, how many implicit names came now? Sir, application, config, request, response, out, and exception. This exception will come. This exception will come when the exception is available. Whenever you write error page is error page. Now I'm going to show to you. In your servlet program, exception comes, control will come to JSP, JSP to exception will come. That I'm going to show it. Your exception messages will be raised by your error pages, the theory. Now with this, 3 more objects are there. 3 more implicit objects. One object is page. In core Java, you had one class, no? Java.lang.object class is there, no? That object class object will come. Name of this is page. And one more implicit object will come. That is page context. Implicit name is also page context. So one more object will come. These two on demand, they will come. And you are using one session track. Whenever you created HTTP session, implicit name is session. So like this, count it. How many objects are there now? 9 will be there. Application, config, request, response, out, exception, page, page context, session. Now among the 2 objects are shared objects. Shared means servlet and JSP can share that objects. One is session, one is context. These 2 objects are shared objects. Shared objects means servlet can keep the data there, JSP can access. The 2 are shared objects, we say. So these are the implicit names and objects created for one JSP program. That page object, page context object, session object, on demand they'll come. So up to now they'll come application, config, request, response, out. Exception is there means exception object will come up to that. So to write this all list here, to write this all list, I took it. Write this. The following are the implicit objects of JSP. You must by heart that names. The following are the implicit objects of JSP. Application, config, request, response, out, session, exception, page, page context. The blue color lines are nothing but your JSPs. This is a view of your JSP without a servlet. Servlet not available. Servlet will come. You have to wait it. So this is plain JSP. Program means 5 tags I used. One I used scriptlet. One I used expression. One I used declarative. One I used page. One I used include. So tag lib I not used. So tag lib I use separately. So this program is giving information how to use the remaining, 5 tags from your 3 from scripting and 2 from directive, right? Now action tags will be there. This action tags notes I'll add it for you. So if not, write up to here and I'll add the notes to you. Write it. Action tags. Up to here and remaining no need write it. Only names you write it. Action tags. Action tags are used to include some basic actions like inserting some other page resources, forwarding the request to another page, creating or locating the Java Bean instances, setting and redirecting the Bean properties in JSP pages. JSP PARAM, JSP use bean, JSP set property, JSP get property. So the 6 tags we have it.